Oh, there's a share link. I'm gonna share it with you.
Okay. Let's
Let's
see.
see, Tori.
Tori. Okay. And so I could just share this with people. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Um, okay.
Let me see if I could put it on Instagram. No, but I could put it on Facebook.
Why you can't put on Instagram? I don't know. I don't know. We got to figure this one out, because but I did see when I was trying to make one, I did see like you can schedule it for a later date. And I think once we schedule it for a later date, then we'll be able to share it, so that people can at least know about it ahead of time. Are you frozen, cuz you're not moving?
Okay, I think mine froze because I was posting it on Instagram.
Look, I was like, are you frozen?
I'm gonna share the link on Instagram real quick, and
Okay.
then yeah, we could jump into it. Like I said,
All
we
right.
just testing this out.
Right. I just messed it up. Oh no. I don't like this. I don't like this. Look at this. Look at this. Cuz I don't like.
Okay, so we here.
We
The link
here.
link is on Facebook. Link is on Instagram, and yeah, this is our test run of the
This
art
is
of
our
letting go.
test.
Hmm.
Letting go with toe.
Yep.
Listen, so I never thought in a million years that, well, maybe not a million, maybe 1,000 years, but I never thought in a thousand years that we would link and make this happen.
It's happening. It's definitely happening. I guess we could start by introducing ourselves to the people. I see we got one person in here. Shout
Okay,
out to you for being here.
thank you.
Um, you want to let the people know who you are, what your show is.
Well,
Um,
no, so it's letting go with toe. So
yes.
you're letting go. So you gotta go first. It froze.
I,
Okay, go ahead.
I can let the people know who I am. My name is Mike Brown. I am the host of the Art of Letting Go podcast. I'm a musician. I am a podcast producer, a thought leader. I do it all. I'm an author. I do a little bit of
Hold up.
everything.
You're forgetting one major thing.
What's
What did
that?
we just what did we just receive like 2 days ago, cuz? You're not gonna do that. You're not gonna do that.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that because I just received a grant um, to produce a podcast episode and a song to help people overcome tobacco addiction. I know that it's a challenge for people to overcome addiction, and I just want to be a resource in that space for people. So this is cool. I appreciate you acknowledging that because I don't really brag too much about what I'm doing, so I appreciate that.
Yes, definitely. But you wasn't gonna get off that easy.
and I explained the art of letting go part, but you gotta explain the toe part, the Tory talks part.
Yes. So I am Tori, the host of Tori Talks, where we talk about leisure, life, love, and the Lord.
Come on.
Normally I would have like just a guest, but every now and then I like to talk just to my listeners, to my followers. So, but normally, I do like to have guests on because it is easier to talk with somebody versus by yourself. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's dope. And I really been enjoying the last couple of episodes you've been putting out. Like, I don't tune in. I'm not gonna lie, I don't tune in all the time because I don't listen to a whole lot of podcasts, but I listen to yours a lot on my road trip. I listened to it a couple of days ago, and it was a lady you had on the podcast. She was an author.
The author.
I think she wrote.
Kimberly.
Yeah, that was a really
Yeah.
dope episode. It was a really
Oh
dope
no,
episode.
not Kimberly. Tanisha.
She wrote 2 books and she was working on the 3rd one, I think.
Yes, Tanisha. Uh-huh.
Mhm. That was a
Yeah.
dope episode. How do you choose your guests?
So I really go down my call log or my text
Mhm.
log, and I
Oh, wow.
because I know a lot of people, right? And so like I'll say, what are they up to? And so I'll just say, hey, what you been up to? How's life been going? And they may say, oh, I'm working on such and such, or maybe they'll say nothing much, but I'll say, my response to that would be like, well, have you ever been on a podcast? Would you like to be on mine? I have a podcast. A lot of people don't even know that I do podcasting, to be
Yeah.
honest. And so I I don't know if I like to keep it to myself, but like I don't tell a lot of people like what I do. And
Yeah.
so when they say, "Oh, I didn't know you had a podcast," of course, I would love to be on it.
That's
so I
dope.
so that's my goal, like just to promote. Not, I don't want to say promote, but like just to let people know that I am a podcaster. Like I love to. I mean, I like to talk anyway, right? And so I want to let people know, like this is a place for you to come on and talk to me because I love to talk. Come talk to
Yeah.
me. Yeah.
That's what's up. That's what's up. And you still out in Florida, or are you back in New Orleans?
Cause I'm in Florida.
Okay. How you like it out there?
It's okay. It's okay. To be honest, I like Florida, but I'm about tired of Florida. I'm about tired.
That's funny. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's been an adjustment for me being back out here. Like, I haven't lived in Houston in almost 20 years. So,
Yeah.
the city is different. Um, I don't I don't see a lot of the people that I used to see like when I was last living out here. And
Yeah, because you left like after high school.
yeah, I did. I
Mm,
did. And I moved to New Orleans. I came back for a couple of months after college, and it was so short. I was in LA right after that. And
yeah.
I was in LA for 13 years, and now I'm back and I'm like, I don't know who to call. I don't know who to nothing. And
Yeah.
it's all good though. Like, I'm adapting but also figuring out like what is Houston for 37-year-old Mike? You know what I mean?
So you think you're gonna be in Houston a little while or
You know what? I'm giving myself like 3 months here. I'm saying till about February I should be a little clearer on what's next.
okay.
But yeah, I'm enjoying my time here. Like it's giving me a moment to really slow down and reflect, and also just do some deeper work. Like, I've done a lot of work in my journey, but it feels like there's work to be done in the city as well. Like, maybe there's some stuff that, I probably didn't heal from when I lived here that,
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting a chance to revisit and do some work around. So it's been cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like I think that's important too. When you've been away for so long. like just to come back and just, even if it's just a reflection of,
Yeah,
like where you've, where, how far you've come since the last time you've been in a certain place, even if it's not, going back and healing, like you said, because I think 20 years would be healing enough, right? And
for sure.
so, yeah, and so like just being in that space, and that's a comfortable space for you. And so maybe you just needed some form of comfortability so that you can move to the next step.
Yeah, yeah. It's
Hmm.
definitely a good check-in point, and you know, it's always good to just be around family and just
Yeah.
get that reflection of like, just this is who I am, this is who I was, and really aligning all that with like, where do I want to go?
So like, I mean, I know what's been going on with you, but tell the people like what's 2023 been like for you?
2023 has been 2023 has been like one of the most transformational years I feel
Mhm.
like of my life. Like I did a reflection actually a couple of days ago, just looking at like my year and how it's been going, and literally every month of this year I've felt progression. And sometimes like I could definitely say like in the past, like sometimes my year start out really strong, or sometimes it'll end strong,
Mhm.
and then like the in
Mhm.
between is like not as memorable. But it was like the year started out really good, and then it's supercharged in the summer, and it's still like in that phase of like, I moved out of LA, I gave up my apartment, I just emptied out my storage in LA last week. So that made it
Yeah.
even more official of like, okay, I'm really truly done with this.
Yeah.
And, I've been a nomad and surviving, and not even just surviving, but thriving for like the last 5 months of just like, this is my journey, and this is what I want to do. And it feels good. It feels really good. Like I will say this is probably the most clear that I've been in, like understanding like, this is ultimately my life, and feeling feeling in alignment with what is for me. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Like,
Oh.
I definitely, it's funny, I like when I've been praying lately, my prayers have been like, whatever it is that I need to release before this year is up, whether I'm
Mm.
conscious of it or not conscious of it, let me release it so
Yeah.
I can move on to the next level. And it's really like, it's really been working. Like praying that every day has really been like showing me like, yo, this is where you need to be. This is what's gonna take you there. Like keep going, keep going, keep going. So
Yeah.
it's beautiful. Like it's really beautiful to just be in alignment. You know what I mean?
Yeah, now I'm gonna tell you. I mean, I know you know this, but don't pray no prayers that you don't want the Lord to answer, because like you could pray something like I always pray for patience because I don't have much of it. And
Yeah,
when he started testing me, I'm like, hold up now, Lord. Like, I mean, I know I pray for patience, but I didn't mean in this way.
that's funny. But you know what? I feel like even with the test is like, that's what's gonna take me to where I need to go.
Mm,
Like I my tool set, I'm more equipped with tools now that like when those tests do come up, I know how to deal with them better than I did 10 years ago,
yeah,
than I did 20
yeah,
years ago, because I've been doing so much work. So it's like bring on what, like if I'm one of your strongest soldiers, bring it all on to me. Give it all to me.
yeah,
And I'm gonna figure it out.
yeah. That's good.
How was your 2023 been?
Man, like it's been good to be honest.
Yeah.
Now, now I know, like when you pray certain prayers and you really think the Lord gonna answer them for you, and they don't come to pass, and I be like, "Well, Lord, I know I didn't pray this prayer." And then you start to thinking like, "Did I do something wrong? Like, what's wrong with me?" So this has been a self reflection year for me. Just making sure that I am the best person that I can be. for not just myself, but for the next person. You know what I'm saying? For
Yeah,
like the people I'm working with, the people that I may meet, even like my friends, making sure that I'm the best person for them. Because a lot of times, like, we might have our own problems, but that doesn't mean that the next person doesn't have their problems too. Right. And so I just want to be the best person that I can be for somebody else.
that's dope. And
Yeah.
I think that's important and it's very relatable because so much of who we are affects our world. So it's like if I'm not doing and being my best, the people around me are gonna be affected by that, and it's like energy, it just transfers. So it's
Mhm.
like the more you pushing yourself to be your best, the more your network, the more your family, your friends, your people are gonna do their best.
Yeah.
So I feel that, and that's honestly where I've been at this year as well. Like, yeah, I'm doing a lot for me, but I'm also knowing how much the work I'm doing for me is affecting people around me. So
Yeah.
yeah, I relate to that.
Yeah. Now 2024, I don't know because no, I'm joking.
That's hilarious.
I'm joking. But I wanted to ask you about, like, I know that you took a break from um podcasting and things like that. So I know that you've also since then you've started podcasting again. Like, how was that break for you? Like, what did that show you?
You know what? Taking a break from podcasting gave me some time to just live and be inspired again. Like I told you, I was listening to your podcast a lot on the road. I was listening to a lot of my friends that were just starting podcasts or, getting into it because it's something special about like starting this and not really having no rules to it.
Mm-hmm.
Not stressing what your audio sound like, not stressing what this looks like, or really doing this for you. And that's something that I get from people like you, that I get from a lot of the podcasts. I I was a guest on a lot of podcasts this summer,
Okay.
and it was cool because I got to see how other people ran their shows, and I didn't I didn't like fight what level somebody was at. Like, oh, this person just started out. Like, I was one person's first guest on their podcast,
Okay.
and that was cool because it was like I remember what that was like, trying to book a guest
Mm-hmm.
and somebody not responding to me or whatever that is. So to be able to do that for other people felt cool, and that's something I want to forever do in my journey. I always want to be able to tap in, you know uh I guess, in the rap world they would call it the underground, as
Yeah.
opposed to the
Yeah.
mainstream. But I always want to tap into the underground and just really see what people are doing because that keeps me going. So, taking a break, it really gave me a chance to fall back in love with it because I felt myself just getting exhausted. I've been doing this since 2017. I just was really burnt out
Mm-hmm.
on not even ideas. It was just like, okay, I'm doing this the same way. It's becoming redundant. Like, what else do I have to talk about? And stepping away really gave me more to talk about, and also making me realize like I have enough material that I can repurpose some of the stuff that I already
Yeah.
have. I want to grow this, and it's almost like Forrest Gump. I feel like Forrest Gump sometimes, like when he was playing football and he was running and he
Yeah.
he scored the touchdown and kept running. Like, I think
Uh-huh.
I'm forgetting that I scored the touchdown. So, I'm going backwards and taking some of the material that I have and repurposing it, but also, just showing people that haven't heard me. Like, I'm not, granted, I'm good at what I do. There aren't a lot of people that have heard what I have. So it's like I need to go back and give people what I have. Shout out to Kervinsky, who just popped in. Great conversation. Shout out to you both. Handsome black man and beautiful black woman. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Yeah. But I just want to let the people know, like, if you have not listened to The Art of Letting Go, I mean, I know it's a lot of episodes, y'all, but Go tap in.
That's funny. I
Go
appreciate that
tap
because
in. Because like a
I have a
lot of
question for
times,
you
like I'll
too.
look at it and I'll say, "Who is this?" And that is the most interesting conversation I've ever heard in my life. And I'm like, "Wow, how do I locate this person to come on my podcast?"
Look, anybody that I talk to and you want to talk to them, please let me know and I'll send you the info. I'll send you the connect. I'll connect y'all. Like whatever needs to be done to make that happen, I would do that for you for real.
Well, I stole one of your persons one time.
Who was that?
James.
Oh yeah, you sure did. And I listened to that episode. That was a good episode too. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
because y'all was breaking down meditation and stuff. That was
Yeah.
really cool.
Yeah. So I did steal one of yours.
That's what's up. I was gonna ask you, what has been one of your favorite episodes so far from your podcast?
Man, so I think all of them are my favorites. But I think my most favorite, and there's no bias in this, but it would have to be the one with my dad, season 1, and then the one with my niece because it was just
Oh
like
yeah.
it was so like I don't know, it was just so good. And I was like, "Oh my gosh, like it wasn't rehearsed. It wasn't I didn't give her cuz normally I would give my guests some questions or some leads on, what I'm going to talk about or what we're going to talk about rather. But with her, I didn't give any questions. As a matter of fact, she was supposed to ask me questions, but she didn't want to. Like once the cameras came on, she was like, "I don't want to do this anymore." And I'm like, "Okay, well, I'll just ask you questions then." And then as we're recording, she said, "Okay, now I get to ask you questions." And I was like, "You didn't write nothing down." She said, "I'll make it up as we go." I said, "Okay, that's fine."
Professional.
Yeah.
That's really dope. I was teaching podcasting to my students and I actually did one episode with one of my students and she had really good questions. Like she had probably some of the best questions that I had ever been asked just because kids kids just be tapped in, like
Yeah.
they have no filters and they don't hold back and I really appreciate that. I try to carry that into my work as well.
Okay. And you know what? That's good that you had that experience because like it just reminds you in a sense that if you want to know something, just ask it. Like don't try to beat around the bush with it. And I'm talking about, other stuff too. But don't beat around the bush with it. If you want to know something, ask it. Like, what's the worst that can happen?
Yeah,
Really, what's the worst that can happen? They're not gonna talk to you anymore? Okay, well, maybe that's not who God wants you to talk to anyway. But
I agree, and I think it's also a way to just like ease your own mental, like rather than
yeah,
putting that mental stress on yourself and building up whatever narrative you're building up. You just find the truth for yourself.
yeah, yeah,
I know you asked me because before we did this, you were talking about 2023 and what we were looking forward to in 2024. What are you looking most forward to?
man. I don't even know if this is appropriate for. I'm looking forward to growing Tory Talks, of course. Um, and how I haven't quite figured that part out. I'm still figuring that part out, like how to grow Tory Talks. But professionally, other than my podcast, like I want to grow my law business as well. Um, because I right now I'm doing like minimal, very minimal clients, maybe 6 a year. and I want to grow that. But with my other job, because I do a lot of stuff, with my other job, it's very hard to maintain clients back at home. So I need to work out some kind of plan where I can, make sure that I'm getting what I want.
Yeah.
Um, in terms of in terms of both jobs, I'm saying jobs, but my career and my job. Um, and I want to find love, cuz I take that back. I want love to find me.
Okay. And you know what? Because I feel like I've heard you mention this in one of your podcasts before.
Yeah.
What do you think the
Mm-mm.
challenge is
We
of
we we not doing this. No.
That's fair. Next topic. That's fair.
Nope, we not doing not today.
But you put it out in the universe now, so love is gonna find you.
Amen.
Mhm.
What about you in your 2024?
2024, one of the biggest things that I'm looking forward to is really funding more of my projects on other people's budgets and partnerships. Like getting this grant, I mean, I've been applying for grants for the past couple of months and, just applying for these grants, putting myself out there. I feel like more are coming. And
Mm-hmm.
having that frees up a lot of mental space. Like, I don't think people really understand how much finances can impact the creativity process. Like, I could create all day, but also I got to pay my bills. And
Right.
it can be stressful. It can be stressful, especially, when the finances just aren't where you need them to be. So I welcome more of that in 2024. I feel like I have a long list of just things that I want 24. I look forward to traveling more. I look
Okay.
forward to just having multiple streams of income. I look forward to really nurturing. I feel like I do already, but nurturing more of my relationships with my family, my friends, my
Mm-hmm.
partner,
Mm-hmm.
and also my connection to those relationships, like really taking care of myself as well within these relationships. And yeah, that's kind of like the main focuses. But yeah, I really look forward to just following through on a lot of my commitments, a lot of my ideas, and just the things that I want to grow in, like really sticking to that.
And let's backtrack.
Mhm.
My partner. What
Mhm.
happened? What happened? What happened?
um Yeah, my partner, I am in a relationship and
Ah!
you know, again kind of going back to what you were talking about like really taking care of yourself
Yeah.
because you see how it affects your world. Like I see that, I see how much my world impacts me and how much I impact my world and I really want to keep the best people around me but also be my best around these people, like
Mm-hmm.
I Man, when I lived in LA, I had a lot of people around me, as far as like friends and, just people that I don't know if they necessarily connected to me, but they connected to what I was projecting into the world.
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't always conscious of my intake of people. Like I just thought like, oh, if people like me, I'm gonna be cool with them or whatever. But like leaving LA and taking a break from that and really looking at like, oh man, like this person drains me more than they
Yeah.
energize me. Like I want to be more conscious of what I'm welcoming into my
Yeah.
world, you know?
Yes. That part.
Mhm.
For 2024, like, yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. I think this year I I don't want to say got rid of, but because that's not the case. But a lot of things, like I realized, um, some situations, or I don't want to say the people because it's not the people. It's just things that was going on. It was draining me, and I was like, I can't handle this, or I don't want to handle this. Not that I
Yeah,
can't, but I don't want to. And
yeah,
so, not that I don't love you or not that I don't support you, but at some point, you have to make a decision on if you want to continue this way with your life. And I mean, I'm tired of this for you, so I'm not going to stand by and support this anymore,
yeah,
so
and
yeah.
that's fair. And I think what you are practicing is the art of letting go. And sometimes it's not even a matter of like, because I hate that idea of like I'm cutting this person off. I'm not doing this.
Yeah.
Like it's not about cutting people off. It's really about just knowing what you want for your life and really following that path. Like again, like I was telling you, like really being in alignment. Like if something is speaking to you and telling you like, yo, you need to focus on you. You need to give
Mhm.
this some distance. You need to do this. You need to do that. Listen.
Right. Seriously, because I mean, like, first of all, we getting too old for that.
Yeah.
First of all,
Yeah.
but other than that, like, we should be at a certain point of our lives where we're just tired of it in general. But yeah, but yeah, but that's for another Wednesday.
Right.
We can
That's
talk
dope. We
about
had
that
some
the next time.
we had somebody else pop in Ty 8BSS. I hope I said your
Hey,
name right, but shout out to Ty. What's up?
hey, Ty.
If y'all got questions, y'all can definitely pop them in the chat. This is our first time doing this, so I don't know if y'all popped on my page or if you popped on Tori's page, but please follow both of us.
Yes,
Do you
please.
is your YouTube under Tori Talks?
That's a good question. Cause
Well, y'all should definitely search Tori Talks, and I know on Instagram it's Tori Talks 9, right?
Tori dot talks 9.
Tori.talks 9.
Yeah.
So if y'all don't find it here, The Art of Letting Go, is that the title of a book? If- It could be you know what? It could be a title of a book. The Art of Letting Go is a title of a multitude of things. I think I almost feel like Mariah Carey had a song or an album called The Art of Letting Go. But
Really?
I think so.
I
I
like
think so.
Mariah now.
I think she did. But I'll tell you, I found this name really I meditated and found this name. I had never seen The Art of Letting Go anywhere before. Some people told me that The Art of Letting Go is tied to Buddhism. I've never practiced Buddhism a day in my life, but yeah, it just spoke to me because I was in therapy and my therapy got too expensive and I needed to
Mm.
just release my feelings. Like I needed to let go. And I'm a musician, and at the time, I was working on a lot of music and just trying to figure out how do I continue to release these feelings. And it just spoke to me, the art of letting go, like
So that's the
using
that's the
using my
title of his
art to,
podcast, y'all. The Art of
yeah,
Letting Go podcast. But I never knew that.
yeah. The name just came to me. I never, like I said, I've never practiced anything, never studied anything. It just was like I was literally in a recording studio one day and just was like the art of letting go.
What?
Yeah.
Wow. And so I know we talked about this earlier this year, maybe summer-ish. But what are you letting go in 2023?
Ooh. It's so funny you say that because it's been on my mind a lot, and I think the biggest thing I'm releasing in 2023 is shame. Um,
Mm.
any feelings of shame, any feelings of just like anything like I told you before, anything that's holding me back from being my best self. You know, it's funny, I was talking to James and we've talked a couple of times about it, but lying, like not even like intentionally lying. Sometimes just withholding the truth can feel like lying. And like I really want to live in my truth. Um and that's like the biggest things I'm letting go of for 2023. How about you?
Okay. I think I would let go of. Mm, I'm letting go of this fat in my stomach.
I feel that. I done gained some weight too. I'm 200 pounds now.
Wait, you what? No
Yeah, I weigh
way,
200
cuz.
now. Yeah.
I don't even see
But
it on your face. Where is it? Where is it?
I don't know. I think it's just packing up on me and everywhere else. But you know what? I feel good. I go to the gym every day, so I try to stay in shape and just feel more healthy than anything. Because I know
Mhm.
people my age and people that I grew up with that can't get around the way I get around. So
Listen, I
this
can't get
feels good.
around.
That's too funny.
And y'all, this might look good. But after this, all right, I
That's
quit.
funny.
But what am I letting go? A serious response. I am letting go of appeasing other people, like pleasing and appeasing to them. Like if
Hmm.
it doesn't satisfy me, and it's not that I'm being selfish. It's not that, but I've been appeasing people for 37 years. It's time that I appease myself. So that's
I
what I'm
feel
letting go
that.
of.
I feel that. That's a that's one I'm gonna add to mine as well. Like I want to add that in addition to what I'm releasing as well.
Yeah.
That feels good. Um, I see we got two people here.
Okay.
If y'all want to put something in the chat, if y'all got questions for us, if you want to put what you letting go of in the chat, that would be so dope. Don't forget to follow the Art of Letting Go podcast and Tory Talks. We're on YouTube. We're on all streaming services. And I definitely want to make sure that we stay connected.
Now let me ask you this, cause and you might not
Yes,
know, but is this gonna be available after we log off?
I feel like it's available
Okay.
immediately after.
Okay.
And if it's a video file, I will for sure send it to you. Let me see.
Okay.
Let me see. Yeah, because I feel like it should be a way to
It
download the
should
file to
be.
this,
Yeah.
and we could chop it up and do all
Okay.
that cool stuff with it. I thought it was gonna have us vertical, but it has us like this on my
I know.
screen.
Yeah, that's how it is
So
on mine too. And
that's
maybe
cool.
because we're on a phone. I don't know. I
How
don't know.
how are y'all seeing this? Can y'all tell us how y'all are y'all seeing this in a box? Are you seeing it vertical? Or are you seeing it wide? How are y'all viewing this right now?
Oh, cuz look, I have a new addition this season.
Oh wow!
Oh, oh.
Did you get it? Is that customized pink like that?
Well, no, the mic itself is pink, but I have the cover on there.
Oh, that's dope. I've never seen a pink one. That's really cool.
Yes, because you
That's
know I like
dope.
pink.
Yeah. How do you like it?
It works really well. Oh my gosh. So I recorded, I think I may have 3 episodes ready for release, and it works so good.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah.
So Kervinsky said the video is showing left and right. Thank you, Kervinsky. We appreciate that.
Thank you,
Um,
Kervinsky.
like I said, this is our first time doing this. We will be back. We will be back every Wednesday. Um,
But we're taking
you're
a
fine.
little break. This was just an intro.
Yes,
So,
this was a test run, but in
yeah.
January we'll be back every week. This is kind of going to be the after show to our podcast, so make sure you listen to our shows so that when we have these conversations, you could jump in the conversation and give us, give us some feedback. If there's something you want us to dive deeper into from our shows, we could do that as well, you know.
Yes. Yes. So that means you have to follow both
Hmm.
and listen to both before hopping onto this live, because we're gonna go live every Wednesday starting in January.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Cuz you got anything you want to close out with?
Um, no, just make sure you follow both pages. And we'll see y'all in January.
Yes. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. I really appreciate this. I appreciate, like, we definitely appreciate the support because, like I said, this is a new project, so we appreciate it. We hope to see y'all back. Kervinsky, tap in with us. Ty BB8, I keep saying B, but Ty 8BSF, tap in with us. And y'all enjoy the rest of your evenings, and we'll see y'all soon.
Bye.
Peace.